On my wedding day, my billionaire father looked at me and said the words that broke my heart. If you marry him, you are no longer my daughter. Everyone in the room went silent. My father believed my husband was beneath me because he didn't come from wealth. He said I was throwing away my future. He took away my inheritance. He removed me from the family business. But my husband simply smiled and held my hand. He whispered, "We don't need his money. We'll build our own life." I thought my father would never understand. But 6 months later, when my parents discovered where my husband really worked, they froze, because the man they called poor was hiding a truth nobody expected. My name is Emily, and I was born into a family where money was never a problem. My father, Richard, was a billionaire businessman. Growing up, I had everything people dream about: a beautiful home, private schools, luxury vacations. Anything I wanted was available. But there was one thing money could never buy: a normal family relationship. My father was always busy. Business meetings, travel, important people. He loved me, but he believed success was the most important thing in life. From childhood, he taught me one thing: your future depends on choosing the right people. To him, the right people were wealthy, powerful, and successful. That belief became a problem when I met Daniel. Daniel was completely different from everyone my father knew. He was humble, kind, hardworking. He didn't care about my family's money. When he learned who my father was, he didn't become impressed. He simply said, "I don't want your family's wealth. I want to build something with you." That was the first time someone loved me for who I was. Not for my last name, not for my father's money. Just me. After 2 years together, Daniel proposed. I was happier than I had ever been, but I knew my father would not accept it. When I told him about Daniel, his reaction was exactly what I feared. He looked at me and asked, "Does he have money?" I stayed quiet. That answer was enough. My father shook his head. "You are making a mistake. He cannot give you the life you deserve." I replied, "Dad, I don't need someone to buy me a life. I need someone who loves me." Those words made him angry. He told me Daniel was only interested in my family's wealth, but I knew that wasn't true. Daniel had never asked me for anything. In fact, he refused every offer I made to help him. He always said, "If I succeed, I want it to be because I earned it." The day of our wedding arrived. I hoped my father would come and support me, but instead, he came only to give me one final warning. He pulled me aside. "If you marry him, don't expect anything from me." My heart broke. I asked, "Are you really choosing money over your own daughter?" He looked away. "I'm protecting your future." Then he walked away. That day, I married Daniel without my father beside me. It was painful, but I was happy. We started our life with very little. We lived in a small apartment. We cooked simple meals. We worked hard, and honestly, those were some of the happiest days of my life. Daniel never complained. He woke up early every morning. He worked long hours, but he always made time for me. Meanwhile, my father completely cut me off. No calls, no messages, no invitations. My family acted like I didn't exist. For months, I wondered if I had made the wrong choice. Then one day, something unexpected happened. My father contacted me. He said he wanted to meet. I was surprised. I thought maybe he finally wanted to repair our relationship. When we met, he asked about Daniel, but his tone was different. He said, "So, how is your husband surviving?" I knew he still looked down on him. I simply replied, "We are doing fine." My father smiled. "I heard he is working a normal job." I didn't answer, because I knew something he didn't. Daniel had never told my father the truth, not because he wanted revenge, because he didn't care about proving anything. 6 months after our wedding, my father attended an important business event. That was where everything changed. My father walked into the building expecting to meet a group of investors. But when he entered the conference room, he stopped, because standing at the front of the room was Daniel. Not as an employee, not as an assistant, but as the founder and CEO of one of the fastest growing companies in the industry. My father couldn't believe it. The man he called poor was actually a highly successful entrepreneur. Daniel had built his company quietly. He had never mentioned it because he didn't want my family to judge him based on money. He wanted them to know his character first. My father approached him after the meeting. He looked confused. "Why didn't you tell me?" Daniel calmly replied, "Because I didn't need your approval." Those words stayed with my father. For the first time, he understood. He had judged someone without knowing their story. Later that evening, my father came to our home. He looked different. The confidence was gone. He apologized. He said, "I was wrong about him." I looked at my father and said, "Dad, the problem was never that Daniel had less money. The problem was that you believed money was the only measure of a person's value." My father finally understood. A person's worth is not shown by their bank account. It is shown by their character. Never judge someone by what they have today. A person's current situation does not define their future. Some of the greatest people are quietly building something amazing while others are busy underestimating them. Money can open doors, but character earns respect, and sometimes the person everyone ignores becomes the person everyone wishes they had believed in.